Okay, so now I'm going to make this model-based definition view that you see here for a part file. I'm going to go find my part file first of all, and I'm going to get an error, I think, on this, and that is this path that I have, chapter 8, is not really a project yet. So I'm going to do that. So let me get open and we'll just say yes for right now. But then what you want to do is go over here to manage and say projects. And we do want to make a new one for that chapter 8. And hopefully let me just keep that same folder without overwriting it. Let's see what happens. I think that's all, right? Okay, to change projects, close all inventor files. Okay, so hopefully that took care of that. So now what we want to do is we want to rotate it so that it looks like this over here. You see, this is currently the home view, but what you want to do is go up here to these corners until it looks like that one right there. So I got lucky on the first corner. So again, I went like right here or right here to make it look like it. Then I'm going to right click on the view cube and I'm going to say set current view as the home position, and I'll say fit to view. So that way it's going to look like this anytime I click on home. Now I really want this right here to be the front, and I want this to be the right, and then I want to have the top up here. As you can see, that's not exactly what I wanted. So what I'm going to do is just face the right, and I really want this to be the front. So I'm going to right click and say current view, set current view as front. That way, anytime I click here, it looks like this. Anytime I click front, it's this one. And then also anytime I click right, it's going to be looking at the right side over there. So that's a good thing to do before we get started on making all these dimensions. So after you do that, what you want to do is go up to annotation and begin making your dimensions. We'll start with maybe an easy one first, and that would be perhaps this 5-inch from there to there. So we could just say dimension in this part from there all the way over to there. You see it's in the wrong plane, so you right click and then you say select annotation plane, and you want it to be a horizontal one like this. So I selected this plane right here as my reference, and I've got one down. Now let's do another one. Perhaps we can go and do this 2.5 next. So I'm still in the dimension tool. Let's see if I can, oh wait, I gotta hit the check mark for that last one. Dimension, and then we'll go from this ring to that ring, and then see if we can change the dimension or the direction of the plane. I'm sorry, select the annotation plane. And we want it to be horizontal again. I like how I picked the bottom one because that's exactly what I'm looking for. And you can see that actually I made a mistake on my part. I made it 2.25, but that's okay. We can go back into the original sketch up here and just say edit that one and fix that distance. Oh wait, it's not the right one. We have to take the other part. So that one is actually okay. It's 2 right there. So we'll hover over these until we get to the right one. Close that out. Here is the sketch that had to do with that. But I think we were doing 2 extrudes. So this first one was an extrude cut. Let's see if that one is the right length. We'll say edit feature. Yeah, you probably noticed that in the last video that I typed that in wrong. So you caught me on that one if you saw that previously. And hopefully you got it right. And even though I got it wrong on that one, now I can see that the dimensions are correct. All right, so we're trying to make sure that all these dimensions are in the correct plane. We're going to do these 2 next. You'll see this one should be 1.75. You have to hit the tab command, the tab key rather, to rotate the text. So it looks good. We'll hit the green check mark. We'll do the other one here, dimension, enter, and then hit tab to rotate the text. And this looks kind of odd there. Let's see if I can zoom in to see what it's trying to do. I think it's trying to do it from the midpoint inside of there. Let's see if we can actually have it do that ring instead. I selected the entire plane instead of the ring. Tab for rotate and place it like this. Otherwise, it would be, if I left it where it was, the dimensions would be hidden underneath this tunnel. That's looking real good. We have them oriented properly. I do notice that the 2.5 is back over that way. So Let's see if we can do that one. That one might just be that if we measure from the center of this one to the center of that one and pull it over that way, but then use the bottom as the reference. So let's try that. Dimension from, oh, I have to agree to this one first of all. Dimension from this circle to that circle. And of course, that's the wrong direction. So we right click, say select annotation plane. We want the bottom plane. Now, what you could do is come over here and see if you can find it that way, or you can just orbit underneath it and say, I want, okay, select annotation plane. I want that one. Then orbit back over or just click the home button, pull the direction out like this, and you're golden. Now, you can kind of see that it's implied that it goes under and then reaches this center point. That's kind of hard to imagine, though. That's really what it is. If we orbit over the top of it, you can see that, yep, that lines up. But the foreshortening looks like it doesn't, that this right here doesn't line up. It lines up with the bottom hole, but not the top hole. So this is actually correct. So we got a few of them done. Let's see what else we got to do. We got to do these radii out here. So let's do dimension of that little arc. And that looks like a good placement. We could hit the tab to rotate the text to make it look exactly like that. Green check mark. Do it again for this circle. Come out this direction. Tab to rotate the text. Now it's looking real good. We only have one more to go. We got all these orientations properly set. Green check mark there. And let's try this last one, which is a bit tricky if I remember right. We want to look at the through hole, and we just want to click that circle if we can. Now it looks like it's trying to measure the radius of something else. So let's see what we could do. Could we talk about the circle that's on the bottom, maybe? Let's try to do the wall thickness instead. So click right there and then see if that will give us a dimension. There we go. And so we're going to have it out like this. We can hit the tab key to rotate, and you can see that it is 0.25 through hole. If you want to put some extra words after that, you can type in STRU, THRU, and that tells the author or the reader that that is a through hole. And there we go. Got all the symbols properly set. All the dimensions are right. The text is aligned properly. Everything looks good. All right, so we want to save it with this home view like this. So save, and this is what's called the model-based definition, and this is what you want to turn in. We're going to, in the next video, we're going to take this model definition and we're going to make a drawing file from it on a B-sized piece of paper. That'll be in the next video.